Hello friends, today topic is prison life. Let's rant.
I spent 10 years in prison, and unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way that there's just some things you don't do. First and foremost, don't stare. You will see and hear a lot of strange things happening in prison, and you'll see a lot of strange people, and they'll be doing things that you're just like, huh? And you'll want to stare like a bad car accident, but don't. When and if that individual or that group gets caught, they're going to think it was you. They're going to think you snitched, and they're going to come for you. And even if you had nothing to do with it, just the fact that you stared and they caught eye contact with you, they're going to think it was you. So keep blinders on, keep it moving. Don't stare at anybody, no matter how much you want to. You guys already know this one, but I'm going to say it because for some reason people do not follow this. So if you get to prison, and especially when you're new, they're going to target you. If you come with money, or if you get money fairly quickly after arriving, people are going to see that because you can't hide going to the canteen, and you can't hide having, canteen in your locker. So once people see this, they will start asking you for things, but do not loan it to them, because if you loan somebody something right out the gate when you get there, I promise you, the other friends of that person are going to see, other people in the dorm that aren't friends with that person, they're going to see, and that person themselves is going to remember, and they're going to bleed you dry and target you because you're just nice. You have to be a bitch in prison. You have to set your face in stone, like I said before in the other video, y'all. You have to, because if you don't, people will take advantage of your kindness. So the best response is, nah, I can't do it, man. I'm sorry, I ain't got it like that. And if they say, how don't you have it like that? You have 75 soups in your locker. Be like, I'm sorry, that's not any of your concern, is it? I didn't remember you buying these soups. Whatever you got to tell them, but be rude. It's the best way to be. They'll leave you alone, they'll move on to the next person, and hopefully they do the same thing. But if you loan out once, you'll never stop loaning people stuff, and it'll be like that the rest of your time. And then the day that you stand up and say no, you're going to be considered a bad person and an attitude problem, and then they'll probably want to fight you, because that's usually how it goes. They flip it around and then try to fight you. So don't start, don't open the door, and you'll be good. Next, no matter how close you think you are with someone in prison, do not horseplay or, playfully touch or push or anything like that somebody who hasn't already given you the signal or otherwise permission to do so. These women in prison, a lot of them have been through a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse, a lot of things that we wouldn't even imagine. You don't know, with that playful touch, push, act, whatever you have going on, what you might trigger or bring up out of somebody that they didn't even mean to come up. And there's a lot of people that are in there because they were triggered just a little bit too far past a point where they ended up unaliving somebody because of it. So you might playfully push somebody and they might turn around and take a blade or a lock and just beat you to absolute utter till you're pushing daisies, because they were triggered by some flashback, by PTSD, by something that they had been through when they were younger, and you would have never known it. So do not horseplay, playfully push, playfully touch, or anything like that, anything physical with anybody in a female prison. Do not talk about your case on the phone, but more importantly, this rule is do not talk about your case to any other inmate. You might tell them the smallest little detail, but listen, I guarantee you, they will take that detail. They will write or contact their attorney. Their attorney will contact the state's attorney. And all of a sudden, because they want some time knocked off of their case, or because they might be going back to court to fight their own case in that process, they will all of a sudden take that little thing you told them, spin it around, and now you have new charges on you. Because if you guys didn't know, one witness statement and affidavit signed by that witness is enough to be a credible piece of evidence. Everyone's always like, oh, it's hearsay, it's hearsay. No. Hearsay is when somebody says, hey, I heard that Suzanne was down the street tricking, okay? And nobody saw Suzanne, nobody talked to Suzanne, but everybody heard from somebody else. And then you get one of those herds, one of the somebody herds on the stand, and they say, I never saw her or anything like that. I mean, I just heard that so-and-so might have seen her tricking on the street. That's hearsay. You heard it, you said it, nobody saw it. If you get on the stand and say, this chick straight up out her mouth told me X, Y, and Z. Even if X is true and you made up the Y and the Z, because you're getting up there and saying she straight up told you and you know that little piece, that's enough to be admitted into evidence as legit, okay? You could get a whole new charge by talking about your case. I don't care if your case is closed, done, sealed, double jeopardy might apply, whatever. Do not talk about your case details to anybody in jail or prison, okay? It's for your safety. If you meet somebody in prison when you're new or in jail and they seem fairly nice, and then all of a sudden they ask you to take a book, or a sandwich or a bowl of food or whatever, a bottle of freaking water, okay? Whatever they ask you to take to somebody else in the prison or in the jail because they can't, they're in the shower, they're in the bathroom, they didn't make it out the door in time, whatever. Do not transport it for them. Chances are they try to befriend you and they try to get on your, nice, good side so they could get you to be the mule and take and transport their illegal stuff back and forth. If you get caught with it and you try to tell that it was them, they're going to say you're absolutely out of your freaking mind. They have no idea what you're talking about. If somebody really wants to get something to a friend or family member inside the prison or the jail, let them take it. If they can't, that's a them problem, not a you problem. Don't take or transport or tote anybody's stuff for them anywhere in the jail or prison because of any excuse that they tell you. It's most likely a setup. And if it's not a setup, then if you get caught, it'll turn into a setup because they're not gonna tell the truth for you. Okay. You're new. They don't give a shit. Don't do it. This one's a big one because people think they're being helpful by doing this, but you're not. You're actually just getting yourself ready for a beatdown. If you see somebody's personal property, a book, a bowl, a sweater, it doesn't matter what it is, a freaking plastic bottle with their name on it. If you see it sitting somewhere, do not take it upon yourself to think that they left it and forgot it there. There's a 10% chance that they forgot it there, but 90% of the time, it's there for a reason. It's holding a spot. Don't take it upon yourself to just return things to people because most of the time you're moving their stuff that they put there for a very specific reason. And if you move it, you might have to fight because not only did you move their stuff, ruining whatever they had going on, but you also touched somebody else's personal property, which nobody takes too kindly to because nobody likes somebody else's hands on their personal stuff. It's a big no-no. You don't touch other people's stuff, okay? So do not return people's things. Last but certainly not least, you never hear or see anything, okay? You could be quite literally next to a knockdown, drag out, just slicing each other up situation. But when the officers come and say, can you write a witness statement because we saw you in the vicinity? No, you didn't see anything. You were in your own world. You had headphones on. You didn't know what was going on. Sorry, I can't. No, you're not going to get in trouble for not writing a witness statement or talking. But if you do write a witness statement, 9 times out of 10, that inmate, when they go to their DR hearing, they're going to see your witness statement and your name. Number 1. Number 2, officers are messy as hell. They will end up telling them, hey, yeah, so-and-so wrote a statement against you. That inmate's going to find out, even if it's pure speculation just because you were in the area, they're going to find out it was you. And you might end up in a different dorm than them, but guess what? They're going to see you on the rec yard or they're going to see you walking. So you cannot see or hear anything. It's not your business. It doesn't matter if you want to be a good Samaritan. It doesn't matter if you want to do the right thing. You can't in prison. It's about self-preservation, especially this situation right here. Out of all the rules, this will get you seriously hurt, okay? You never write a witness statement because you never saw, heard, and you're not going to speak anything about anybody else. Period, point blank. We'll see you on the next one, and I hope you guys have a good weekend, okay? Bye.
Who is about that life? Not for me at least. Tell me what you think in the comment down below and thank you for watching until next time.